Hello, dear students. Let us see the third storage class, register storage class. Now, in the earlier two videos, we saw auto storage class and external storage class. This register storage class has all the properties same as auto storage class, except there is one difference. To understand the difference between auto and register, let's take an example. Very simple main I have written, int main, where I have declared three variables x, y, z. Notice x, y, and z have been declared in the scope. So all these three variables have auto storage class. The important thing to know about this is that x, y, and z are stored in the memory. Obviously, any variable is always stored in the memory. So if you think of that this box is the memory, then in this memory there are three variables x, y, and z, where x is 10, y is 20, and z is garbage. Remember, z is not initialized here, z is not given any value here. So z will be storing some garbage, let's say minus 100, something. And now what happens really during this line? Z is equal to x plus y. Obviously, z should become 30, 10 plus 20. But the problem is that memory cannot add, memory cannot process. Memory is meant only for storage. And here we want to process x and y. We want to add them and store the result in z. Then here comes CPU, central processing unit, or simply processor, whatever Intel processor, whatever kind of processor. Now what really happens is when you ask C language to add x and y and store the result in z, then the variable x and its value is taken into the CPU. First of all, it is brought into CPU. In CPU, there is some register. There is a storage location called register, may be named as AX. Some name is given to the register by the designers of CPU. And value of x is first taken into that register. Then value of y is also taken into the second register. So value of y may be going in BX, some name given to the register. And then these two registers are added. You please try to understand processing can be done only by central processing unit, not by memory. And then maybe there is one more register CX which stores the result 30. And the story doesn't end here. Now the value of this CX is to be written back to the memory. There was no change made in x and y. So x and y need not be written back, but z has to be written back and z should be 30. And here ends this process of z is equal to x plus y. What you noticed is variables are always stored in the memory, but whenever we want to operate on those variables, then those variables are to be taken into registers of the CPU. And then after process is over, you have to write back the result back to memory. Now, this particular transferring the values into register and then again writing back the value of the register into the memory takes some time. Although when I say it takes some time, it is less than 1 nanosecond. It's very fast. In fact, CPU itself is the fastest component of our machine. And today we have got very fast memories also. But then why even that 1 nanosecond? We want to save that time also. What you do then if you don't want this to be done? That is, variable should not be stored in the memory, because then every time you will have to transfer those variables into CPU and then bring them back. If you don't want to do that, then just check here, you write the word register. Now the line becomes register int x equal to 10, y equal to 20, z equal to nothing. It's garbage. Now x, y, and z do not have auto storage class. These three variables are now having register storage class. Now, whenever variables have register storage class, then the entire story changes. These variables will not be stored in the memory. Listen, auto variables and global variables, external variables, are always stored in the in the memory. But register variables are directly stored in the CPU. What happens really when you declare a register storage class? Now what happens is, this is memory. Earlier, memory was storing X, Y, and Z, but now all three have been declared as registers. So CPU, has some registers, but it has limited registers. So this value of X will be directly stored in one of the CPUs, and you will call this as X. Another register BX will directly store value of Y. You will call this as Y. And then another register CX will be reserved for Z. Now think of this statement again, Z equal to X plus Y. Now the nice thing about this is, value of X and Y are already in the CPU. So no transfer from memory to CPU and CPU to memory need be done. And easily CPU will add 10 and 20 and store the result right over here in Z. And then we are printing Z, which will be 30, isn't it? What is your conclusion is that if you want to save the time of transferring data from memory to CPU and CPU to memory in case of any operation, you can declare those variables with register storage class. All right. Some more properties of register storage class you watch. Register storage class variables are always declared within the scope. Please try to understand this. That is, there should be brace open, brace close within which you will declare register storage class. Okay. So that's why I said this is same as auto in a sense, because they are also local to the scope. Tell me, where can you use X, Y, and Z although they are in the CPU? Where can you use? Yes, only within the scope. Outside the scope, X, Y, and Z are not available. Second property is that you remember whenever we had auto variables and if we did not initialize them, then at that point of time, those variables stored garbage value. Same will happen with register storage class also. Notice this Z, variable Z, is not initialized yet. Of course, after that, later on, it will become 30 due to this statement, surely, because 10 plus 20 and 30 is stored in Z. But at this moment, Z will store garbage value. So what have you understood about register storage class? First point. A variable having register storage, register storage class. Such variables are stored in CPU. That is registers of CPU. CPU has some registers where they are directly stored. Second point is register variables. I'll write in short. Register variables can be used as local variables. Just check local variables. Only within the scope. Please try to understand. So in a sense, they are same as auto variables. The third property is, if register variable, I'll write in short, if register variable is not initialized, then this variable assumes some random value, some garbage value it assumes. Okay, fine. And then you also know that register variables can be used if you want to make your program fast. Because why fast is because that time which was needed to transfer the values from memory to register and register back to memory is saved. That much time is saved, isn't it? Now what happens, after learning all this, students start thinking, okay, if register storage class variables can be used to increase the speed of the program, Why don't we declare all the variables in our program as a register? Are you understanding the fact that suppose I have 50 variables in my program, say X, Y, Z, W, and all that. Okay, then why don't I declare all the variables with this word register? Well, you can if you want. You are free to declare as many register variables as you want. But there is a point to be understood here. I told you that CPU has limited number of registers. Like if you take a good Intel processor, it might have somewhere around 16 to 32 registers. Are you understanding? The number of registers inside the CPU are limited. And suppose if you get carried away thinking that let me make my program very fast by declaring all the variables as registers, then the point is that C language will not give any error. What it will do is it will store only those variables which can fit in the CPU register. But rest of the variables which you have intended to become register variables will automatically become auto variables. Such variables which do not get any place, no place for these variables, no place in CPU, then such variables become auto variables. So such variables are stored in the memory. So I repeat, as a programmer, you are given liberty of declaring any number of register variables. But decision to whether there is a place in the CPU or not is, of course, that this decision will be made by C compiler. By the way, so this word register is just a request that we are making as a programmer. Please try to store these variables in the register of the CPU. That's what we are saying. And if you cannot, then please make them auto. They will automatically become auto variables and they will be stored in the memory of the computer. So after learning all this, as a programmer, we will not get carried away. And what we will do is, within our program, if we know that there is a variable X used at many places in my program, or rather X is a frequently used variable, then it is a good idea to make X as register index. Because X is used so many times X is used that it will be always taken into CPU and then brought back into RAM, then it's better, isn't it? But if I say that there is a variable Y which is used once or twice in my program, then it is quite obvious that you declare Y as a variable without any storage class. Whenever you don't specify a storage class, it is auto because you have declared this variable within the scope. I hope you have understood the points about register variable and how exactly these variables are stored in the CPU. Thank you very much.